Despite many claims being considered far-fetched, Elon Musk continues to develop technology to conquer Mars. 2. Starship is the launch system that embodies SpaceX's ambition to send humans to Mars for the first time. 3. After many failed test launches, they recently made a breakthrough that shocked the world. 4. In the fifth test, SpaceX launched the 122-meter-tall Starship rocket. 5. They succeeded in recovering the Super Heavy booster at the launch pad with near-perfect accuracy in the final stage of the journey. 6. To achieve this feat, SpaceX relied heavily on the support of a giant robotic arm. 7. This is a robotic arm system mounted on the launch tower, designed for a single purpose. 8. Which is to catch the Super Heavy booster when it returns to Earth after its journey. 9. The special robotic arm, named Metrazone, stands over 134 meters. 10. Has been likened to a giant pair of chopsticks sprouting things from the sky. 11. As Elon Musk drew inspiration from the scene of using chopsticks to pick up food in the 1984 blockbuster The Karate Kid. 12. However, Starship needs to undertake this adventure. 13. According to Elon Musk's explanation, the Super Heavy rocket booster, true to its name. 14. Has a very large weight, up to 250 tons, so the consequences would be catastrophic if it landed normally. 15. Or collided with any other part. 16. Elon Musk's 17. With that idea, Elon Musk instructed experts to remove the landing legs and leave only a robotic arm. 18. Tasked with controlling speed and catching the rocket booster. 19. This process requires perfect coordination between mechanical systems and sensors. 20. Between the rocket booster and the Metazilla arm. 21. Specifically, at the launch mount, modern sensors and real-time control systems. 22. Allow for precise calculation of the booster's position and speed. 23. The robotic arm is the main component, which will extend and catch the rocket mid-air. 24. Preventing it from colliding with the ground and launch structure, thereby minimizing the risk of damage. 25. Meanwhile, on the rocket booster, auxiliary engines operate at full capacity. 26. With the task of navigating and balancing the weight of the entire system. 27. As the landing process occurs, the engines gradually reduce thrust. 28. While guiding the rocket stage between the two arms. 29. At that moment, the arms extend to receive the booster. 30. Then quickly close when it reaches the necessary position. 31. And it ends with deceleration and stabilization. 32. It should be added that before achieving absolute accuracy with the Metazilla arm system. 33. SpaceX had been very successful in landing its Falcon 9 rockets for reuse purposes. 34. Bill Gerstenmaier, vice president of SpaceX, stated. 35. The company's sea-based rocket landing system achieves near-perfect accuracy. 36. With deviations fluctuating only around 0. 37. This is the motivation that helps SpaceX continue to improve rocket landing technology. 38. And the Metazilla system was born from it. 39. According to experts, Metazilla technology is not just a simple landing system. 40. But has created a major breakthrough in rocket reusability. 41. The key point is that the upper stage of the rocket is fixed in midair. 42. So it can be maintained and reused quickly in a short time. 43. After the Super Heavy booster is successfully caught by the Metazilla robotic arm. 44. It will immediately be returned to the launch pad, then dock with the Starship. 45. The rocket will be ready to fly again shortly after refueling and performing some necessary checks. 46. The time for this entire process, as described by Elon Musk, is only about 1 hour. 47. This helps reduce operating costs and speeds up the preparation process between missions. 48. Additionally, due to avoiding direct landing on land or sea. 49. The durability of the components is better ensured. 50. Not only SpaceX benefits from this breakthrough technology, even NASA has paid special attention to this event. That's because the Starship spacecraft system, along with the Super Heavy booster, will be used to carry out NASA's Artemis missions in the future, including the Artemis 3 mission returning humans to the Moon in 2026. Starship is a launch system consisting of a Super Heavy booster and the Starship spacecraft on top. The booster is in the first stage, while the spacecraft carrying people and cargo is in the second stage. The booster's mission is to bring the Starship to a point in orbit. Then the Starship will continue flying with its own engines while the booster returns to Earth. Both components are reusable. This makes Starship different from SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket. Only the first stage and the cone-shaped rocket nose, higher ring, are reusable. Billionaire Elon Musk believes such a reusable system will reduce launch costs to $10 million. SpaceX estimates the current cost of transporting 1 kilogram of cargo to orbit using Falcon 9 is $2,300, while in 1981 it was $174,000. And for Starship is $100 for 1 kilogram. According to Elon Musk, this number is very impressive. The reason for the low price is that Starship can provide transport capacity, like a conveyor belt to low Earth orbit. Since 2012, Musk estimated the Starship program would have development costs of about $2-10 billion. In 2024, SpaceX plans to invest an additional $2 billion in a rocket system to launch Starship to orbit for the first time. The long-term strategic goal of this rocket is to bring humanity to Mars. Therefore, transporting large amounts of cargo at minimal cost is very important. At the same time, Starship can serve many other missions, from transporting satellites to carrying tourists to the moon. The breakthrough point of Starship is that it can carry enormous amounts of cargo. To better visualize the scale, Starship is half the size of a building and weighs about 3,000 tons. The rocket's expected payload capacity is 150 tons to low Earth orbit, and can increase to 250 tons if the booster stage doesn't return to Earth. With such carrying capacity, the entire 400-ton International Space Station ISS could be launched into orbit with just 2 rockets. Starship's diameter is 9 meters, meaning it can launch larger satellites into orbit at relatively low cost. The James Webb Telescope was launched into orbit in folded form, and its deployment required micron-level precision, leading to high failure risk, complex engineering solutions, and manufacturing costs up to $10 billion spanning decades. With Starship's volume, this problem is easily solved. Additionally, orbital station modules are also easier to deploy. Along with that, the complete reusability of both Starship stages is also a strength. The method of reusing stages and preparing for new flights has been tested on Falcon 9. Thanks to this, SpaceX can reduce launch costs and achieve near monopoly status in the launch services market. However, it's unclear how many times Starship components can be reused to break even. The gentle landing capability of the Super Heavy booster has now been elevated to a new level, thanks to the Metrizilla arm. Previously, ground landing technology was applied on Falcon 9 and proven effective when rocket stages returned to Earth. Vertical landing allows vehicles to touch down extremely precisely and gently. Currently, all crewed spacecraft like Soyuz, Dragon, and Starliner land quite hard on ground or water. Gentle landing capability opens up many potentials. Landing people and cargo on other planets will be easier and more comfortable. Satellites can be transported from orbit back to Earth for repair and maintenance, flying between Earth orbits. Manufacturing goods in orbit and bringing them back to Earth becomes economically feasible. However, on long-distance flights, even Starship's enormous cargo capacity might not be enough, so SpaceX provides in-space refueling capability for Starship. The spacecraft flies to orbit with maximum cargo and replenishes fuel used during launch operations with support from fuel tanker aircraft. However, returning to Earth from Mars might require refueling directly on the red planet. The easiest way is to launch several fuel-carrying Starships first. Another way is to produce fuel on Mars. Starship uses fuel consisting of methane and liquid oxygen. In theory, both of these components can be extracted on Mars. Future missions of Starship include missions to the Moon. SpaceX has received a $2.9 billion contract from NASA under the Artemis program. The Artemis project aims to return humans to the Moon, and SpaceX plays a key role in it. According to the plan, 2 versions of Starship will be developed, one for crewed lunar landing and one for fuel transport. This is an important contract for SpaceX because NASA has also selected another landing vehicle for the Artemis 5 mission from competitor Blue Origin. Therefore, completing this mission and surpassing competitors will ensure SpaceX continues to profit from NASA's crewed missions. The major challenge is that Starship needs to be certified for human flight. According to NASA requirements, the certification process requires Starship to successfully launch 50. Another important goal of Starship is to strengthen SpaceX's position in the launch services market, creating stable revenue to pursue other goals, including missions to Mars and cargo transport to orbit. However, Starship must demonstrate to potential customers reliability, reasonable costs, and more attractive launch frequency compared to other rockets like Falcon 9. Additionally, SpaceX needs to complete the Starlink satellite system deployment as quickly as possible to have stable revenue from space internet services. Therefore, the first cargo flights of Starship will likely serve SpaceX's internal needs. Through this, securing the first contract with Site-Perfect JSAT, which has chosen SpaceX's Starship system to launch the Superbird 9 satellite in 2024. As the cost of transporting cargo to space decreases, the orbital tourism industry will also become cheaper. First, commercial orbital space stations will create more opportunities to host tourists. Second, tourists can fly directly on the Starship spacecraft. For example, billionaire Yusaku Maezawa, founder of the payment company Zozo, has booked a seat on Starship's first crewed flight. The ultimate goal of Starship is Mars. Elon Musk has always dreamed of sending humans to live on Mars. This is a long-term strategic goal for SpaceX. According to Elon Musk, a cost of $100,000 to send one person to Mars is feasible. In this regard, Starship is an important step towards achieving the mission of sending humans to Mars. The vehicle is large and comfortable enough for long-duration flights, with a volume larger than the ISS. Capable of carrying several hundred people along with sufficient food, water, and oxygen. However, it remains unclear how SpaceX will protect passengers from cosmic radiation during such flights. Another impressive advantage of Starship is its ability to replace airplanes. Thanks to its vertical landing system, flights between any 2 points on Earth take only about 40 minutes. With a capacity of up to 100 passengers, Starship makes such flights highly profitable and affordable for people. Reducing launch costs from the current $2,300 per kilogram to $100 per kilogram could become a breakthrough in the development of the space aviation industry. Starship could make space travel more accessible to everyone. From explorers and scientists to tourists, cargo-like satellites will no longer be limited by mass and size. Simultaneously, deploying large satellites will be faster, significantly increasing data services for space. Maintaining and refueling satellites will also become feasible. Thanks to Starship, humans can mine minerals on the moon and asteroids due to reduced long-distance flight costs and improved capability to launch large systems. Additionally, humans could establish solar power plants in space, helping to collect sunlight and transmit energy back to Earth.